see. If I remember correctly, last monarch died, got killed by the patricians, and got replaced by one of the patricians, I think. Was it the patricians or the counts? I know it wasn't the chiefs, because the chiefs were with me for the longest time until they joined. The counts? How do you remember that? So the previous monarch got overthrown by one of the factions and got replaced by a new monarch from that faction. So we agreed on role-playing properly. Role-playing properly as me and that faction, as the new monarch and that faction being allied together for the greater good. Force femme the new king. Right, it's a guy. Does King Nicholas have blue hairs and pronounce? Yeah. Let me see. King Nicholas. So, for those who don't know, for those who weren't there last time we played, the chat can join the game and you get assigned a random faction, and each faction during the game gets goals. Which are most of the time different, but not always. So if you want to join the game, you just type !join, followed by your pronouns if you don't want to get assigned they, them, by assigned by king, assigned by castle. I'm gonna get rid of the fishing too. Oop. And I don't remember who, like, it was the counts, because he's blue and green, so he's like not purple. I'm here. Hi flowers. Good morning. So I remember we started a few, and people joined during the game, so I probably won't like wait 20 minutes before we get enough people. Especially since it's already almost 10 p.m. because I started late, but that's why I said that I wouldn't. Also, Tay wanted to play last time. I don't know if she's here, if she's awake. Doesn't look like it. So I'll roleplay as the proper leader that got appointed by the faction. IC is always very intense about the game whenever we play it. It's serious business, okay? What pronouns are available and only got anti-woke discussions? Ah, cool. Yeah, good question. I don't know how to see which pronouns are available. Curious. Can you even? There should be someone who's willing to join and have random pronouns to test. Just wanted to make sure you'll know the game started and I wasn't trying to pressure. Yeah, that's okay. I'll maybe wait until like one more person joins so we can have at least 2 for each faction. They get force counted. So yeah, we'll probably not. You're not golden. Alright, you're not golden. Why is that? You didn't link your you didn't link it properly? Do you want me to restart maybe? Because everyone is probably still here. If I go back. Okay. It reset. It reset the whole thing. Try to check if your Twitch integration is working properly. And everyone join again, please. Sorry, I had to reset. Because if people buy the game, it would be cool to at least have buy the game specifically to play here. It would be nice to have it at least have the customization working for them. It doesn't work. Okay, so Aries tried to join with different pronouns and it didn't work. Hi Ocean Storms, good morning. Right, I wanted to have a pin message. How do I pin this? How do I pin this on OBS? How do I pin this? Reply to message. Flowers, can you pin my message, please? I have no idea how to do this on OBS. I know how to do this on Twitch. But how do you do this on OBS? Thank you. If it doesn't work because it's an existing character. Or save. Well, that would be weird. Is it? Is it possible that it's the same character like from previous saves? So like anyone who started playing with me on stream will never have the golden thing because it's the character from the same dynasty? That's kind of stupid. Like that's bad design because people will want to buy the game after their first game. It's very silly. I would need to like start a new dynasty. It's kind of stupid. I'm disappointed in the game. Bad game. Start a new dinner. I'm sorry, Cup Queen, that your thing is not working. It's okay. Okay. Well, we are at least 2 for each faction, so we can start. So we'll get the proper introduction anyway. Let's go. So we're probably not gonna finish this dynasty, this monarch. Probably not gonna die today, but we'll see what happens if I quit and save and come back for another session. I want to test it. Okay, so now I need to move the chat and everything to where it was proper. I don't remember where it was. The best place to have the chat. Anyway, so let's start. Let's see what we have. Council introduction. Let's start with the council. Count Faris. Events have proceeded exactly according to plan. The throne is ours. Okay, so confirmed. Confirmed from the start. It was the counts. So I am playing on this, for this monarch specifically. I will be role-playing as an ally to the counts. And I will ask, of course, if you're willing, I will ask the counts to roleplay properly as allies to me, in order to me to thrive against the chiefs. Specifically the chiefs, because if I remember correctly, the last monarch was a chief of the north and the patricians. So the counts are Icy, Faris, and Ocean Storms for now. Yes, my liege. Now just remember our agreement. In all matters of state, you shall favor the East. The East is supreme. Very good. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council, but don't forget what I told you today. Introduce yourself to the chiefs of the north. Chief Levielise. Good luck in the days ahead, your majesty. You'll need it dealing with a slot. A slot? What? Dealing with a slot? Noble Patrician Nixis. Art. A pleasure, your serene highness. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices. Meanwhile, Countess Ocean Storms 2. So it is the same characters. They do save the characters from each chat member, because Ocean Storms died and we got Ocean Storms 2. That's why. Okay, but that's still. It's still not really consumer friendly, if I could put it that way. Peggle 2 GIF. What do you think? Will he be a good little king and do as he's told? Too early to tell. We should have a backup plan just in case. The backup plan. Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from Queen Hild, but you must still answer to the council. As is tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. I know that I roleplay with the counts, but I don't know yet what kind of king I will be. We'll never get those 1.5 hours of character creation back. Yeah, we're probably gonna make a new save at some point. But when? I'm the same character, but I'm a girl now instead of non-binary. Congratulations. Yeah, maybe at some point we can go for a new save. We end up doing them yearly. That's a good idea, actually. Every year we start a new dynasty. I still don't know how to pronounce this. One save per year can, yeah, it can be a good idea, yeah. New year, new me, new us. Dynasty. What do I roleplay as? A piece of shit? A banker? So the bankers are the patricians. Conspirationist? Paranoid. Let's get this over with. Shall we call the nobles in? Ah. But hey, there's your time to vote. Not yet. What kind of coronation should be held for the new king? So for now, you don't have a goal yet. Your factions don't have a goal yet. How much cash money do I have? Join conservative. You have 1,000. Why is Ares so rich? They have their money from last save. Probably. The extension isn't on. The extension isn't on? Maybe the extension isn't on. Wait. My bad. Give me a second. No. Extensions. I actually completely forgot that there was a King of the Castle extension. It's my bad. No, the Cult of the Lamb extension was on because I don't get rid of it. Now, if you refresh the extension should be on. My bad. I completely forgot the game had a Twitch extension. Simply, very simple. I just forgot. I'm broke because of last save. Yeah, some of you are not doing well. Flowers doesn't have 1,000. Ocean Storms doesn't have 1,000. There was the whole shit with your with the chiefs. I think it was like the chiefs stealing from your crops or something like this. And as a result, you died. So there's no goal yet. So you just choose whatever, I guess. Vote A to require that everyone wear black and listen to dreary Eastern music. B to proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the ninth god. C to throw the king into the river. Or D to troops shall bear the king through the streets atop a shield. That's pretty cool. Start vote now! Exclamation mark A, B, C, or D. No, wait, it's the exclamation mark vote space A, B, C, or D. Stupid. I wish to become a grifter that campaigns for the monarch and get assassinated with an arrow after asking about feudal violence with or without chief involvement. That's funny. Bear the kings through the streets atop a shield. I think that's what we're going for. Let's go. I voted D because it said bear. Yeah. Soldiers from across the kingdom take part in the parade. They're even outfitted in impressive new equipment for the occasion. Military up for the north, military up for the coast, military up for the east. As you climb onto the shield and hold your sword aloft, you realize this is not going to be easy. Your arm quickly starts to hurt. I'm gonna die day one. Your soldiers stagger and groan under your weight. What does that mean? Sure enough, one of your shield bearers trips on a loose cobblestone and drops you face first into a puddle. In full view of half the city. At least the only thing hurt is your pride. Authority down. Alright, cool. Good start. Perfect. Now! Let's see. Twitch stopped working again. Ah! Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers. Unless, of course, they prove themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? was a conqueror. Let's go for war. Votes #2. A warrior king is sure to be remembered fondly if he wins more battles than he loses. Okay, Napoleon. Well, at least I'm not for slavery. I'm not for reintroducing slavery. I think. I don't know. That's up to my character. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall military as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. How do I enter with my own character? What do you mean with your own character? Yeah, you need to have the game. If you have the game, it turns your character into like a premium character, but you need to, I guess you need to link. I don't know exactly how it works. You need to link your game, your Steam account with your Twitch account or something like that. You'll have to wait for the next save. Yeah, at the start of next year, I'll make a new save. So everyone who bought the game will have a premium character. What are your elemental powers? Gold. Alright, end season. Time for the factions to have goals. Aspen of the Lee's Losing It family, sinister coastal elder, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, muttering in frustration. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Nicholas. Something must be done. What scheme should the patricians pursue to overthrow the new king and place their preferred claimant, Aspen, on the throne? It's only for the patricians to vote. So, Eris, Cub Queen, and Lise, choose a goal between A, B, or C. Lower stability, raise stability, or raise treasury. Everyone is going for B. Raise stability. Alright, okay. Well, everyone agrees on the same goal, that's good. Don't vote if you are in green. Yes. Hi, White Ink. Good morning. You joined as a chief. You're a chief. We're getting the goals right now. The patricians plan to hold the king hostage in his own palace. First, they must lull the spy master into a false sense of security. To advance their scheme, the patricians must raise stability to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Oh, it's already 5. You just need to keep it at 5. Nut of the White Ink clan, infamous northern elder, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, droning as if in a trance. Trance? Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter, King Nicholas. How do we make that happen? The chiefs! Levielli's White Ink and Flowers, vote for your goal. Raise authority, or lower all faith. 02222. Not like the polar bear that used to be in Berlin. Oh? We only need White Ink to decide to break the tie. Lower all faith. I hate religion. Alright. Okay. Hornblower. Ayo. The chiefs plan to dig up all the hell's legendary horn and use it to take over the kingdom. And got a horn. First, they must win the favor of the gods by diminishing the kingdom's belief in the 9th. Horn job. From a cowgirl. Yeah. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must lower the combined total of all regions faced to 12 or less. That's pretty easy. The first goal is always kind of easy. Bogdan of the Icy Platinum Dynasty, sinister eastern bird breeder, leans delicately on a podium, speaking in a melodious voice. Most excellent. Nicholas now sits the throne, and the counts are in charge, as they should be. But the other regions will already be scheming to depose him. Do we stay loyal to the new king or cut our losses and put me on the throne instead? Loyalist. Vote to aid the king. Vote to have the lowest defiance. Or vote to lower your own faith. Don't even know if it's possible to lose that one. Or, well, depending on if like the goals of two factions are opposite. For example, one is to raise stability, the other one is to lower stability. We need Faris and Ocean Storms to vote. Vote A. Over 12 would never happen. But you're supposed to help me. I want the counts to help me. Ah. What? Why did you time out Ares? Why did you kill my puppy? What the fuck? Can I change my vote? Good question. I don't think you can. Is Faris already dead? Did he join and dip? Oh, my stream is delayed. That's possible. Well, you can see if your stream is delayed depending on like the chat. The chat on the bottom left, you can see. We're just loyal and I'm dumb, so voted C, please help. It would be funny if Faris is dead. I click continue and the tie goes to IC. Invoking Lee's winning it. Who didn't vote? Faris. Count Faris. 30, 48. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. Anyway, continue. Voting has closed. Okay. IC escaped lynching. Loyalist. Goal, aid the king. That settles it then. Long live the king. May he bring glory and honor to the east. But we can always change our minds. If Nicholas ever gets out of line, we can keep up arms and get rid of him the old-fashioned way, even if it's not our usual fare. The Count's goal is to aid the king by countering the other region's schemes as much as they can. They will win the game if the king produces an heir and completes his ambition. However, if defiance gets too high, they can still change their minds and rise up in rebellion. Alright. Chiefs of the North. Lower all regions' total face to 12 or less. Bogdan, ensure the king's ambition succeeds while thwarting the other region schemes. Patricians. Bastard offshoot. Okay. Raise the kingdom's stability to at least 5 in 4 seasons. So, all the factions are winning so far. He says, well, we got Nicholas in the throne by rebellion. Yeah, that's peak hypocrisy. But, you know. Let's go. I'm gonna choose a bonus +1 stability if more than 50% of nobles vote for any one option. The timer is set to 15 seconds. No, after voting, nobles can change their minds. Ah! I'll get the swing vote for people who change their minds after voting. Wink. And we can start the actual game. War in the east. Your Majesty, a monster has been stalking my farms at night, smashing down the doors of cottages and feasting on the peasants inside. Still annoyed the North flag is in East territory. How many victims? Dozens, Your Grace, and only a few have survived the attacks. The survivors tell a grabbled story about gleaming fangs amid a mountain of blood-soaked fur. Is healed, not dead? Is there still a were puppy roaming the lands? Or is it because I beat people? Maybe the previous monarch is still alive. Who knows? That's why I like having a long-lasting dynasty, because you can get events from the previous, linking the previous monarchs' stories. How should the council deal with the monster in the east? So now everyone can vote. Vote A, send the count's army to deal with the abomination. B, offer a substantial bounty on the monster. Or C, this is no concern of ours. Start vote now. Me looking for a midnight snack. Queens I'm personally for C, but it hinders us, so B. Send the count's army to deal with the abomination. 35% of success, I think that means. 3, 3, 1. Who hasn't voted yet? All the patricians. We lost flowers. I'm gonna join and get banned. You will get banned unless you properly vote and roleplay as your faction that you get assigned, and you don't int. I can only be here for a bit, so I won't join and leave with the dead vote, and then someone joined the count and immediately closed the tab a second later. The banner is a big heart. Oh! Big heart. Alright! So we lost Flowers and Faris. I wish you could kick people out. I'm surprised that's not a thing in the game. Because it really... like... It really nerfs the whole faction. Anyway. Oh, Hive Towers. Boat is finished. Offer substantial bounty on the monster. The bounty is placed. Hopefully some enterprising monster slayer will claim it soon. Defiance can go lower. Oh, okay. Good. Good. It's mainly balanced around large communities where a single vote doesn't change too much. Yeah, well, sadly, I'm tiny. But it's still cool that I have like 8 people playing the game right now. That's still kind of big. Size doesn't matter. Your Majesty, this year we will be holding the Winter Feast in my clan hall. This time I am not eating your shit. It would be an honor if you could attend. The Winter Feast, what's that? 10 days of drinking, eating, fighting, competing, drinking, singing, stamping, drinking and drinking, Your Majesty. All will take place at the coldest time of the year, as the snows bury us in. But you won't need to wrap up warm. That's what the whiskey is for. Sure, I'll come to your Oktoberfest. I can wait! Winter Feast is a special time of year, you'll see. As is tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards. Right. The chiefs with their most famous warrior heroes, the counts with knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, and the patricians offer their greatest gladiators, champions of the arena. Being careful, Your Majesty, these guards' loyalties will be divided between you and the region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'll be loyal to coin, above all. The king knows better than anyone that our knights will keep him safe from danger and from improper grammar. What the fuck? I have made my decision. I await your verdict with bated breath, Your Majesty. The Eastern Knights. Obviously. I don't even care! I don't even care about the others. That's Counts of the East, right? Yeah. Counts of the East. I want my guys. I like my guys. I can trust them. I even know like there's like dudes I know. Are they gonna get killed again? No. No, they're good. They're my guys. They're the best guys. They're the best guys I've ever seen. I have the best guards, the best soldiers. People have told me. They're very good. They're the best. It's true. Okay. The knights arrive a few weeks later. They are all extremely pale and extremely polite. The commander introduces herself with a florid bow before reading out a poem she's written for the occasion. I don't care about a poem, just kill people. What the fuck are you doing? Why do you have a poem for me? King Nicholas is gonna nuke Iran. Why does the knight look so similar to my character? It does! Are you also pale? Alright, so now resume of what you have to do here. I'm kinda hiding your personal wealth, but if you're too poor, You can be shown. That's the rule. If you're too poor, you're hidden behind me. All right. So when I click on start auction, you have to vote for any building. It doesn't matter if it's not from your faction. You vote for any building. So you have to type exclamation mark fund space the letter of the building you want to fund space the amount of money you want to put in. Okay? And the two buildings that are funded with the most amount of money get built, and we earn the stats according the stats attached to the building. Okay? So for example, for the chiefs, I don't know. For the counts, maybe the monument would be a good idea, I guess, to raise authority. And for the patricians, I imagine... Was it lower or... At least. For the patricians, the library. For the stability. Okay, start auction. 3, 2, 1, now. You have a minute. I can't let it last longer. You have exactly 1 minute. When the minute is gone, the auction is over. And I can't make it longer. We have EB. We have the library first. No, we don't have the library first anymore. We have the observatory. Now we have the library again. But the patricians are rich as fuck. So we have the library and the observatory being founded. Now we have the prison from the chiefs. Library and prison being built. 10 seconds left. Library, prison, library, prison. Library and prison. You're forgetting the D. Fun is important too. Fun, fun. Exclamation mark fun. So, buildings funded. The library by Eris and the prison by Flowers. Oh, Flowers is founding the prison, I see. That's what we're doing. That's how you are, okay. Republican sentiment, huh? I wonder what that means. Net 0 stats, but we lost a lot of money, so that's bad. I don't choose. Can roleplay as evil, I'm allowed. Bro, as a treat. Your Majesty, the printing press has ushered in an age of lively intellectual debate and revolutionary philosophy. That sounds dangerous. Indeed, Your Majesty, most of the new thinkers are calling for an end to the monarchy. One in particular, someone called Clarissa Agony, okay, has written in an influential pamphlet about the rights of the commoner. She argues that peasants deserve minimum wages, voting rights, basic sanitation. By the 9th, we have to do something about her. My laborers have started asking me to pay for their medicine, says Cup Queen. How should the council respond to Clarissa Agony's call to treat peasants like real people? A. Launch a smear campaign against Miss Agony. B. The king shall challenge this upstart to a public debate. C. Imprison the rabble rouser. Or D. Implement reforms that follow her suggestions. I'll put a swing vote just in case. Which means when I start the vote, only for this vote, you can change your mind. You can vote and then vote again if you want to change your vote. Just in case. Prison, prison, prison. Prison. Booga booga. Hi Yuri! Good morning! Is this the first time you joined during a King of the Castle session? I think it's the first time. Hi Yuri, good morning. I think so. Okay. Do you want to join? You need to be available for a little bit though. If you don't want people to be angry at you. We already we already have one. I'm making tortas. Okay. You can just spectate. You have to take the game way too seriously and call people slurs. Oh, Yuri is very good at this. He's very good at slurs. We already lost one him. Free sketch if you change your vote. Are we going for the prison? Vote C. Alright. These peasants want fresh water. Oh, the misery. I am beset on all sides by enemies. Spare the sympathy. Give money to the lazy and poor. Everybody, I am ready. Your words praying for my fall, blaspheming against God, Lord Almighty, whom giveth my powers. Louise is doing good. The newly built prison, she goes. It makes sense. What's the purple win condition? The purple win condition is mine, which is raise military. It's here. It's tiny, but there's my goal here. Tiny icon. That's my goal, and your goal is my goal. Make it more purple. Alright. I'm glad to see you're dealing with this matter appropriately. You arrest Clarissa Agony, but a dozen more anti-monarchist writers spring up to take her place. The peasants explode in riots across the kingdom. Stability 3. Oh my god, hi Tay, good morning. We have Yuri, and Yuri summons Tay. Do you want to join Tay? I know you bought the game. Wait, but since you bought the game and you joined last session, will you have a premium character or not? Please summon Donut. What do you mean? Because we had Cup Queen buying the game. Cup Queen bought the game, but since they already played with us last time, they already had a character. If I do, she's gonna start playing League. But they don't have their premium character. Okay, so stability 3. It seems the commoners won't easily forget their lack of rights. Authority down. Jesus. Have to link the game to their Twitch. But I'll check if I personalize the thingy. Yeah, check before. But I hope it will let you have a premium character and not the previous one that it saved from the previous session. Finding a spouse! Oh. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? I want women, but it's gonna make me straight. Women. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Marry Yuri? No. No. Twitch, if you keep recommending Riri Gaki, I will kill you. Well, that's because you watch French VTubers. So you get recommended fascists. You get Nazis in your recommended. I don't. Skill issue. I do not watch French VTubers. It's an easy enough decision. You'll marry into the count as we agreed before you took the throne, right? Right? I watch a Californian, an AI, and you. Okay. Oh! Here! Famine! Oh no. Already? We just started. Which combined is arguably worse than a Nazi, but... What the fuck? Hello! What do you mean, hello? 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 Your Majesty, I've traveled all the way from the coast to beg you to do something about the price of grain. My consolers have told me we have the lowest prices we've ever had. I assume stats are also saved. Your gold is saved. Yeah, apparently. I wanted to make this save for you before leaving the doors locked at midnight. Stop screaming! Join she. Ah, Tay, you're replacing Faris. Countess Tay. Or you're not bold anymore, but you're also not premium. I'm a count again. But you're with me! Now the counts are with me, because I'm a count from overthrowing the previous monarch. So your goal is my goal. Why? Yeah, so you're not premium. The gold is saved since it threw all my money away last time and I'm rich once again. But why does Tay have like 500? Is that like a handicap from joining later? Maybe? Trying to save you, my life is in your hands. Well, my life is in your hands. Because most of the time I get killed by my own people. Oh. Oh, that's good. I don't think you should let Liz Wing it join, since even if she RP'd correctly, she could end up a patrician. I joined the beginning and I had 650. It's weird. Maybe it's random. Or maybe it's like... It's just according to... It's just balanced, probably, for the factions, because patricians are always like the bankers, so they probably always have more money, which is accurate right now. So I don't know. Why is everyone checking in now? Oh. Everyone is getting their kebab. I can't afford to feed my family. A day of back-breaking work isn't enough to buy a day's worth of bread. Ayaka, good morning. She's right, the grain price in the coast is beyond all control. Greedy merchants rake in profit while the common folks starve. What should be done about the rising price of grain in the coast? A. Put a cap on the price of grain. B. Subsidize grain and ensure it's sold for half its worth. C. The free market will correct itself in due time. Also true, take your E. Start vote. Yeah, it's only stability. Just stability lowered. Mm-hmm. Six votes for B. And 3 for A. I think that's gonna be a B. It's Patrice over. The coast is in your debt, your majesty. The kingdom's coffers open and a tide of gold floods into the pockets of coastal merchants. Grain prices plunge. And stocks of grain run low. Supply no longer meets demand. Some peasants can feed their families now, but others are starving worse than ever. Farming up, stability down. If my stability is at 0, we instantly lose, by the way. I mean, I lose. The game is over. If the stability goes to 0. Or authority. If I remember correctly. Alright. Ah, the tax! The patricians are extremely wealthy. I'm not gonna lie. They're like 3, and the 3 patricians are the richest. Maybe you should have said that before. No. Because it's funnier. It's funnier once it starts going to shit. I'm not gonna touch anything yet. For now. I'm gonna start slow. Dynasty event. Hello. Marching for a republic. Oh. Your Majesty, the people are demanding a republic. Thousands are marching through the capital, waving banners and signs. It's peaceful, for now. Oh, bye, Villies. Good night. Yeah, good RP, we are supposed to intimidate after all. The population are fed up with the very concept of monarchy. If you don't act soon, they storm the palace and drag you out by your neck. Ah. Perhaps we could throw them a bone. Like dogs. Maybe write a few amendments to the constitution, taking power from the crown and giving more power to us nobles. How can the king win back the commoners' respect? A. Forcibly suppress the protests. B. Send out the king to address the angry crowd. C. Rewrite the constitution to give more power to the nobles. Vote now. I'm an expert at dealing with puppies. The nobles are all barking and woofing. I hope they are. Okay, so yeah, okay. I guess it's gonna be a C. I'm not sure, but... Okay, I see. Glad you're doing the reasonable thing, Your Majesty. Just sign here, and here, and here. Before you know it, you've signed away almost all the powers of the crown. The nobles get special tax exemptions, dominion over the sea, immunity to prosecution, exclusive hunting rights. Is this what the commoners meant when they demanded a republic, or did they want power in the hands of the people, not just a different kind of elite? Either way, it doesn't matter now. Your power lies in tatters. The riots do die down, perhaps because the common folk realize that getting rid of you wouldn't make a difference. Alright, authority down to 1. we're having such a great start. I have found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young woman from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. Okay. The Chancellor leads you to the Great Hall, where they've arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. This is healed! Again! She's back? How many healed do we have? Firstborn daughter of the Northern Flowerbud clan. Apparently the other Northerners have nicknamed her Wind Speaker. Can't imagine why. Well, I'm certainly not choosing her because she has the exact same name as the previous monarch. Who got overthrown, killed, and hated by absolutely everyone. Next. This is Lorelei, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Taiyei dynasty. I met her at a party once, but all she did was squeak out a hello and run off. Seemed nice enough. All Northerners know is be called healed, eat, sleep, and make love. Good at blowing in the wind. A very pious young lady. She's obsessed with her family's legacy. Okay. And finally, from the coast, we have Camilla, the wealthy heiress from noble patrician Cup Queen's estate. She's got a reputation for honesty and fair-mindedness that's rare along the coast. Your daughter seems nice, Tay. Could be worse. It could be better. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I have made my decision. Lorelei of the East. I'm with the counts. The counts are with me. I am the counts. It's treason then. It's never treason. I was never with you in the beginning. Thanks she's adopted. She was raised by wolves. Alright. Well, I'm doing so many things that go for the counts. That could anger the chiefs and the patricians, but the defiance is still at 2 and 1, so like that's okay. Nothing is happening. Winter Feast. I am not eating the heart of a troll. again. Or something. After weeks of leading your baggage train along perilous mountain roads, you finally arrive at the snow-snept clan hall of Chief Levielis. The hall is crammed with all the chiefs of the north, sitting cheek to cheek along tables, groaning under the weight of food and ale. Welcome, Your Majesty, to my humble hall. Take a seat, grab a drink. It is customary at Winter Feast to exchange gifts with the host. What did you bring? I remember last time I brought an axe. Let's change things. Let's give them a horse. You get a horse. Have a horse. Okay. Look at that beauty! A fine addition to my stables. Thank you, Your Majesty. Okay, yay. Umamuzume. Sire Games! After that, the feast lasts long into the night. The fires roar, the bards sing songs of the old days, and a lake of ale is consumed. A couple hours in, you are extremely drunk. Gifted us an Umamuzume pool. The chiefs appreciate how much you're getting into the spirit of things. They roar with laughter at your mumbled jokes. Someone claps you on the shoulder so hard your crown falls into your beer. That's a small crown. Or a huge beer. As Winter Feast draws on and the snow piles up outside the doors, the mood in the halls turns raucous. Your memory is blotchy, but you distinctly recall leading the entire hall in song. The chiefs roar alongside you, full-throated. They like roaring. They love roaring. As you sing the stirring battle songs of the north long into the night. When you wake the next morning, you find yourself sprawled out in the hall. Levielis is sitting beside you, eating some bacon and eggs. You really got into the swing of things last night, Your Majesty. Mighty impressed I was. Didn't even think you knew the words to some of the songs. Roaring, barking. Yeah, there's so many puppies here. To be honest, Your Majesty, you may have got too into the swing of things. What did I do? You sang some songs that are very aggressive toward the other regions. The kind of songs that rhyme pillage with village. Okay. We aren't doing the puppy route. No, we're not doing the puppy route. We did the puppy route last time. You said slurs. I said slurs! Word spreads quickly. Accusations of northern favoritism become a thorn in your side. I couldn't even tell what was going to happen. We're just gambling. You bid farewell to the chiefs and begin the long, perilous journey back to the capital. Okay. Well, nothing really bad happened. It's okay. Queen Avie pounds singing and calling the other nobles mutts. End season. So we are 2 seasons in, I think. Did we see that somewhere? I don't know. I'm gonna keep the swing vote. The Monster Slayer. A Monster Slayer named Vogun asks permission to appear before the council. The bounty on the monster in the east has been collected. He steps forward, a gaunt figure in a hooded cloak. With a sneer, he tosses something at your feet. A blood-soaked head tumbling across your nice clean floor. Well, at least now we're sure that Hild is dead. You monster, my liege. That's no monster. That's Countess Teye's head. Ah. Huh? Wait. What? Tay managed to die day 1. Aïe. Mort. Mort, mort. We were a big puppy. Officers, arrest this man. Wait, I spoke truly. Countess Tay was the monster who has been terrorizing the East these last few months. Did I bite you? Our body has been discovered. Dun, dun, dun. Last week I hunted the beast down, found it feasting on the remnants of some unlucky peasants. The damned creature loped away before I could kill it, so I followed at a distance. The beast made its way back to a grand keep. Before my very eyes I witnessed this bloodthirsty beast transform back into Countess Tay. In the river of Lego City. It was some kind of skin shedder, no doubt. A nightmare beast that lived within Countess Tay's skin and came out at night. So it wasn't Tay, it was a beast that killed Tay and then acted as Tay, maybe. She had no memory of her crimes, I am sure, but the only cure was the axe. Monster or not, your grace, Countess Tay was a noble. We can stand for a noble to be slain by some common-blooded mercenary. Arrest this man! Mort. Tay too has joined the council. We got Tay too. Authority. Oh. Ditto. Well, I don't really have a choice because I kinda don't want authority to go down to 0 already. So I guess I'll just be poor instead. Please understand. Vogon strides from your council hall, whistling and dragging behind him a sack of clinking gold. Fucking broke. What kind of message does this send? That you can kill a count and the council will pay for it? Outrageous. Well, it was hard. It was kind of hard choice. Bankruptcy looms. You don't say. What's up, Chad? I'm new here. Can you call me Tetu? Tetu. The treasury is almost empty, Your Highness. Well, yeah. Apart from raising taxes, we have precious few options. You could get a bank loan or sell off the crown jewels. Or perhaps crack open some of your relics of your predecessors' tombs. Most were buried with piles of gold, also I've heard. $10,000! I own the Royal Mint. Make more coins. Just print more money. I like the narrative this is creating through gameplay where the kingdom in fighting is making everyone fucking miserable. Time to crack open some tombs. Stability down. Authority down. Oh no. Authority down. No. Okay. Crack open some tombs. Defiance up, but who gets their defiance up? Stability down. Making more money sounds like a trap. Like that's an obvious trap. Like making 10,000 gold instantly with no drawback. That sounds stupid. Therefore, I really want to do it. Because I don't know what happens and I want to know what happens when you just print more money. 10 million followers. You're stupid. Okay, Elise. The AV coin. Don't know. No. No. No, but like AV coin, it would be AVC. A cardiac arrest in French. I want to see what happens. The Royal Mint begins churning out new coins, allowing you to pay off several old debts. This is gonna bite my ass in like 2 seasons. The Royal Wedding. Then you rug pull a soul and put the winnings into Dokkan and Warframe. I am way more likely to put money into Warframe than in Dokkan. Because with like €100 in Dokkan I get 2 pulls. And in Warframe I get a shit ton of stuff. What's the Albanian currency? It's in Europe. European Union. I think. Is it not in the European Union? I'm not sure actually. Your wedding to Lorelei is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like... yeah. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in Saint Bertrand's Cathedral with Lorelei at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? Yes. Stability and authority up. Let's go. Did I pronounce you king and wife? Bertrand's Cathedral? Oh, that's good. Okay, up, 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 down, down. Let's go. Let's go. Ah, everything is going better. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife, Lorelei, turns bright red every time a toast is called in her honor. She blushed. The two genders, king and wife. By the time you find yourself alone with Lorelei, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. Hello. I hope you had as good a time as I did. You too. Okay. You both lapse into strange silence. Lorelei gulps back her wine. I can see you need some space right now. Yeah, yes, I think that would be good. Thank you. Sorry. I pulled the bottom. You head to the spare bedchamber, leaving Lorelei alone. It will open up to you eventually, right? Season 3! Always the best. Anchored a few miles from the sunny coast, noble patrician Liz Losing It has invited her closest confidants. Confidentes? What is there? E? Weird. Confidants. Aboard her yacht. Our plans are going better than expected. The spy master thinks that all is well in the kingdom. I don't know why they think that. Confident. And while the cat's away, the mice shall play. Must you compare us to mice, dastardly creatures, and I can never trap them properly. Funny you should mention traps. Our next step is to replace the palace watch with our own agents. Indeed. The honor guard are incorruptible, but the watch are another story. If the king can pay them, they will look for money elsewhere. For the next stage of their scheme, the patricians must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. Ente means duck in German. Oh. What the fuck? Wait. Give it a couple seasons. I'm sure some shit is gonna happen to the treasury. The Legend of Zelda. Northern sagas tell of old Held's horn, once gifted to mortals by the honey-blooded prince himself, then lost to the snows of time, never to be found again. We only got 2 seasons. You got a minimum of 2 seasons. Because you can finish your goal faster than others if it only takes 2 seasons. But you can take more than 2 seasons. But 2 seasons is the minimum. Until now. By all the gods! Ah, Flowers is bold. I didn't see. Flowers is the bold one this session. By all the gods, can you believe it? This has been the most bountiful spring in living memory. The grass is green, the sun is warm. Even our sheep has given birth in record numbers. Okay. Better farming. It's the work of old Held, my friend. We spent many months besieging him, and now he has rewarded us with the means to overthrow the king's regime. Truly. You mean to say he has pointed us to his horn? All the shoops are doing great. The shoops. Every time I play, we ended up gambling on the legendary horn scheme. Aye, but it's far to the north, in the Ice Giants territory, the frozen wastes. We'll need a hardy force of heroes to stand any chance of retrieving it. For the next stage of the chief's scheme, they must raise their military to 5 or more in 2 seasons. It's at 7. You're doing okay. Alright. So the chiefs and the patricians both got their first goal met. They are their second goal now. The chiefs are gonna probably do better than the patricians because I have money. For now. And for the counts, how are we doing? Well, we still need to raise the military. That's all we need to do. The military for the patricians, the counts. The chiefs are doing good. It's going. Dynasty event. Look at this, Your Majesty. The Chancellor holds up a wad of paper. On the front is printed the Daily Squawk, along with a dense block of text. They're calling it a paper of news because everything that's written in it is new. It's like a little town crier made of parchment. This is going to rot the minds of our children! Quite so, Your Majesty. Back in our day, people didn't want to know what was happening more than a mile from their village. Well, that's still the case for my mom. The very concept of a second village would terrify them. To your surprise, however, the paper of news quickly takes the kingdom by storm. It seems everyone is reading it. Like TikTok. Soon enough, there are even competitor papers, and you're being asked to give an interview. Don't do it, Your Highness. This is beneath the dignity of your office. Or who are you to say that to me? Huh? Vote A for no, this new newspaper business is silly. B for yes, but they can only print nice things. C, yes, and they can print whatever they like about the king. I'll take C out. You can only vote for A and B. We don't know what B is gonna do because it's like a long-lasting event that will... It's like A has immediate effects, but B is probably gonna do things... Probably gonna have effects later. Can only print nice things. You can only be nice to me. You cannot be mean to me. Not allowed, or you die. It's very simple. So we lost Tay. Right, we did lose Levielise. So right now the Chiefs are have 2 active players, the Counts 3 and the Patricians 3. It's still kinda balanced, but the Chiefs are only 2 right now. All right. Ah! Double click. The next day, you're outraged to discover that the newspaper has printed an article subtly implying you're a coward who's afraid to face the public. What the fuck? Authority is now feeble. Again. What's worse, the common folk seems to believe it. Even the nobles believe it, and they're the ones who voted to stop you from attending the interview. I just lost a vote because people are bothering me. Stop bothering them! Leave Brittany alone! Alright. A dangerous cult. The priests bring even more concerning reports of a wild cult at large in the coast. These fanatics call themselves the 8th chapter, and they claim to have found the arm of a dead god. The arm of God, a colossal limb that moves under its own power, tall as 5 men, long as 10 horses. Can't you have like normal units? Are the cult making danger puppies? Good question. Clad in shining steel. I dread to think what such a thing might be capable of. The arm of God. This heresy cannot stand. The council must do something to stop it. At least half a football field. New vote! A. To summon the High Inquisitor to break this cult. B. To discreetly dispatch a spy to find out more. Or C. To wait and see. These things usually die by themselves. Vote now. 300 burgers stall. Oh, burgers. Discreetly dispatch a spy to find out more. Okay. Okay. Definitely a B. So no effects for now. Okay. You dispatch the spy and hope to hear back soon. The nature of subterfuge demands that those in charge remain in the dark. Okay, nothing for now. And even my shield got updated. Yay, it's... Okay. I was just checking if maybe there are good options. The autism to compare series and Series 1 and Series 2 design of Euro banknotes. Okay. Yes. Your Majesty, the acclaimed playwright Nigel Blinwood has written another smash hit. All the theaters in the capital are showing it nightly. That was the... yeah, okay. The problem is that the new play features a character obviously based on you. And how am I portrayed? The character is played by a professional clown named Biffo. At one point, a bucket of custard is upended upon his head, over his head as he sits on the throne. Your Highness, peasants and nobles alike are watching this play. The theaters are packed. You must put a stop to it. You simply cannot be known as King Bifo. I'm barely staying awake. I'll try and stay as long as possible. I'll likely drift off sometimes in the next hour. Well, I did say that I'll probably end the session early because I'm not gonna go to like 2 AM like last time, and I want to see what happens if I take if I go back to a save after leaving in the middle of a run with the monarch. So we're not gonna. We're probably gonna end before midnight or at midnight. Either way. What am I doing? Blast Miku Nightcore to stay awake. I think I'll attend the play myself. A shocked silence falls in the theater as heralds announce your arrival. You wave from the royal box as the actors stare up at you, clearly horrified. I think I remember I did this last time. And I remember that I joined the play and I played myself. The play begins. Soon enough, the Clown King arrives on stage, comedically tripping on his own robes. They somehow found an actor who looks just like you. Endless humiliations are heaped on this honking, squeaking parody. Finally, the play concludes with the custard-drenched king handing his crown to the deserving hero. All eyes turn to you. How do you react? I don't remember what happened, but I'm probably not gonna run away. Climb onto the stage. The actors shrink away from you. The audience are deadly silent. Everyone's terrified of what you'll do next. Congratulate the actors on a hilarious play. Alright. The audience break out into relief cheers. The actors bow before you, weeping from gratitude. Okay. We got points again. After that, the whole capital can talk about nothing but your good humor and mercy. Am I not merciful? End of season. Crisis aborted. Aborted. Crisis aborted. Deep in the back rooms of the royal palace, the Eastern Counts are poring over secret letters and scribbled diagrams. On the wall is a cork board filled with pins and crisscrossed by colored string. Hey, I did say I wanted to roleplay as like a conspirationist. Ah, my throat. The king has married Lorelei at last. Now we just need to get on with producing an heir. We can't hold off the other regions forever. Are you conspiracy theorists now? I'm like big on military. I'm scared of like secret rebellions and shadow assassins. I want to keep an eye on absolutely everything because I'm paranoid of everything everyone is saying about me. You know? I have my eyes on you. Indeed, the clock is ticking. The kingdom is stable and the patricians have been suspiciously helpful in that regard. I'm convinced they're trying to make us focus on the chiefs while they plot behind our backs. Then we've got to keep up our efforts. King Nicholas isn't going anywhere on our watch. The Count must continue to aid the king by countering the other region's schemes. They will win the game if the king produces an heir and completes his ambition. I am your loyal knight that meows sometimes. It's okay, you're allowed to do that. Alright. Ah, new auction! So now you know how it works, what to do. We have a fortress for military, a thieves guild for trade, an observatory for faith. Right, also what I didn't mention is that there's a point in the buildings being a certain color. Is that even if you vote for a building that is not your faction, you're not gonna get the stat yourself. The faction which has the fortress, the building of their color will get the stat if it's funded. So you can fund a monument of another faction to change their stats by getting it built to sabotage other factions to change their stats. There's kind of no point investing into anything. Well, the only thing I'm seeing is the Count voting for the fortress. And the other factions voting for stability down, I guess. Because if stability or authority goes down, the chiefs and the patricians get to overthrow me because like events happen and stuff. Anyway, auction now. You have a minute. No votes today. It's a rough month. It's a rough season. We get the Grand Bazaar, the fortress. That's 2,500 instantly. Primary reason white ink. More Grand Bazaar, okay. You just want to go shopping. With what money? Getting the trade up. Gonna go up to 9. That's almost the maximum. I don't know what having a higher trade does. I'm not sure. Alright, Grand Bazaar and Thieves Guild. Both founded mostly by the patricians. The Gossamer. The Gossamer Shield. What is this? Now we are completely broke. It's okay. Hey, Countess Stay too. You look exactly like your mom. That's crazy. Heed my plea. The great tragedy of our time has befallen the East. You run out of capes? Worse than that even, I fear. Another of one's great knights has fallen into disrepute. Disrepute? Look at how the king is trying to take our money away. Blood and Stars, what happened? It's the order of the Gossamer Shield. Oh, damn. They were once the greatest of the knightly orders to serve the counts. Their virtues were extolled by bards across the land. Tales that would make a troll weep. The Hot Knight is back. But they've been brought low. They're working as glorified bounty hunters for the coast. This is a stain on the honor of the East. Nonsense! Our military has suffered some setbacks recently, so we hired Gossamer Security to keep order. For a pretty penny, I might add. Ah. Ah! Oh! Oh, okay. 0.050. Some patricians' wealth has decreased. Yes, we are aware. Wow! You had the most money like 2 seasons ago. You were all rich as shit. How the mighty have fallen. Gossamer Security has been solving the problems we want solved and kicking the buttocks we want kicked. Burn stars! Gossamer Security, how has it come to this? These are knights, not mercenaries, and they need reminding of a little thing called chivalry. 2. Please, your grace, I beg the council to be reasonable. Ah, I'm not the one choosing, alright. Should... oh, there is a lot of effects. Should the order of the Gossamer Shield be recalled and reformed to its former glory? Vote A to recall the order and restore its courtly dignity. Vote B to invest in Gossamer Security to help protect the coast. Vote C to hire the order to join the Palace Watch. Or D, ignore. So A changes defiance, lowers stability, lowers my treasury, lowers farming. D lowers treasury, changes defiance, raises trade, lowers treasury, raises authority. D ignore raises military, raises defiance, lowers authority. Okay. Good question. I have no idea. So what are we doing? Taking my money away, of course. That's what the patricians want. And apparently some other people want. I would have expected the counts to vote to raise the military, but I guess keeping authority up is also a good idea. But let's go for hire the order to join the Palace Watch. Authority as one is scary. I'm so fucking scared. When they arrive in the palace, the Knights of the Gossamer Shield turned out to be petty, argumentative, and ruthless. Worlds away from Countess Tae-2's romantic vision. But they are very, very efficient. On the first day, they catch a thief, sneaking into your kitchens and beat him to pulp. Authority up! As for your honor guard, there's serious friction between them and the Gossamer Knights. The Drowned Rose are the epitome of Eastern romantic ideals, whereas the newcomers have degenerated to base mercenaries. Alright. The D word. The P in Patriarch stands for puppy. This is true. So, a child. Your marriage to Lorelei has grown stale. Oh, you get along well enough and you've made some good memories together, but there's no spark. She cares more about the ninth god than your happiness. But spark or no spark, you still need an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair, but something's still missing. You need to fuck. You need someone young, whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own will do the trick, even if they're a bastard, or the youngest of your many cousins. Yeah, don't worry about it. You really are Napoleon. My wife fucking hates me. The traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can get down to be a month? Holy shit. Sure, I'll take a month off. I'm not. The long march north. Good evening, your majesty. Tell me, have you heard of Old Hell's Horn? We should exile the king on an island. Let's get down to business to produce an heir. The face of our charity wears off a little. You're funny. Please explain. The Horn of Old Hell is a northern legend, a horn gifted to mortals before the Ninth Triumph, during the Cursed Age. Pagan superstition, surely. Partly, the horn is likely the creation of one of the deposed gods. The chiefs have merely built up the myth as a way of understanding things beyond their understanding. But it is real. It's said to have the power to destroy any fortification with a single toot. The chiefs are searching for it in the frozen wastes, having received a sign hinting at its location. You mean where the ice giants live? Precisely. We'll need to stop them before they retrieve it, if at all possible. They've gathered a great host of warrior heroes for the journey to the wastes. Journey to the wastes? We must act fast to have any hope in stopping them. You hastily assembled the council to deal with the chiefs' military build-up. The chiefs, predictably, deny everything. Would you deny us our right to protect ourselves from the ice giants? Bah. What should be done to address the buildup of northern forces planning to lead into the northern wastes? Vote A to forbid the northern armies from entering the frozen wastes. To raise defiance, lower military, lower authority. Well, you know what? No. Vote B to ban all public mention of Old Hell's Horn. Delay scheme for 1 season. Or C, allow the chiefs to continue building up their forces. You are not allowed to vote for A. I don't want it. Favoritism. Yeah. Wait, I'm a patrician. 14 Horn Castle collapses. That would be a great way to die. Probably we're not winning this one. Pessimism. Doomism. Doomer. Alright. Your ban helps slow the tide of warriors joining the expedition in the north, as word of the mythical horn is stifled. It will be some time before the chiefs can set out on their journey north, but the delay is not permanent. The chief's stat goal will not be evaluated until the end of next season. End of season. Okay, let's go for one more season. Last season, and then we stop the session. Somewhere along the coast, noble patrician Lee's losing its strolls in their olive Grove, accompanied by a close friend. The Palace Watch won't accept our bribes. The treasury is practically overflowing. They don't need our money. And I suppose they run straight to the Spy Master to blab about it too. Down our luck. Is this the end? The best investments are never profitable to begin with. We will bide our time and strike again when the king least expects it. Well, nothing is happening to my treasury. That's interesting. So, keep crossing my fingers, but I hope nothing will happen to it. Let's see for the tax. You know what? I'll lower the tax for the patricians. They're not doing good. The counts, though. I need to take money from Faris. Because he's not playing anyway, so I need to take his money. It needs to be useful for something. Do we agree? Of course you're a he-him and useless. Hashtag misandry. The only he-him. And fucking ghosted us. It's okay. We will survive. The counts will survive. Hyperinflation. Well, alright. I'll click on that, sure. As you order, your majesty, the royal mint has... there we go. Has churned out thousands of new coins using cheap gold-like metals. The treasury is technically replenished. My genius is almost frightening. I think he didn't take well the fact that he tried to vote at the last second. Oh, sadly, I don't care. I sense a but coming. But it's also devaluing the currency across the kingdom. A loaf of bread now costs 100 times what it used to. That's it? That's the drawback? Just having lower trade? That's it? Something must be done. If this gets worse, our currency will be worthless. Ah, there we go. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit, oh fuck. How should the council fight against rising inflation? A. There is nothing wrong with this. Let it continue. B. Adopt an entirely new currency and declare the old one illegitimate. C. Adopt a foreign currency instead. Holy shit. I was expecting it to backfire, but this is rough. We can introduce the AV coin. Is it the end already? The Sabolars. The Sabolars. Only 5 votes. Ding ding. We're gonna wait a bit. Who are we missing? Who died? We're missing Liz and Icy and Tay. I think Icy fell asleep. Like, legit. I think she fell asleep. I didn't manage to end the session before. And Liz is here to break the tie. Sadly, Tay's vote wasn't enough because Liz woke up before Tay did. And so, we adopt an entirely new currency and declare the old one illegitimate. Predictably enough, absolutely everyone, from the lowest peasant to the highest noble, is outraged to find their money is suddenly worthless. 4, 4, 6. Chief's wealth decreased. 0, 0, 0. Treasury is now 0. Oh, fucking doomsday event. The resulting chaos makes buybacks difficult and fraud is rampant. Riots consume every major city. Stability is now turbulence. Woo! Let's fucking go! So now at least we know that we shouldn't do that. But it was good to try. It was good to try new. We're here to see new things. If I always make the same choices, we just get the same results, which is boring. Alright, so now what's gonna happen next season? You remember we hired those Eastern Knights to join the Palace Watch, the Order of the Cobwebbed Seal or whatever. Something's up. They're flashing far too much cash, considering what we pay them. What cash? One of them has bought their horse a full set of gold teeth. Nyoho? They're Eastern, certainly, but I'd hardly call them knights at all. As you see, they're not fitting in. But they are doing a great job keeping order in the city, and they're asking for their own barracks to keep them separate from the rabble. Oh, how exquisite! That sounds like a good way to honor our fine order. Treasury too low. Should the Gossamer Shield Knights be given special treatment? Vote B to refuse to cuddle them. Vote C to investigate where they're getting their funds. Treasury 0. Does something actually happen? Is it like a losing condition to get the treasury to 0? I know stability and authority is, but what about treasury? I don't remember having treasury go to 0 in a run. Let's go gamble. Fail. Your spy master makes inquiries. Unfortunately, the palace staff are more afraid of the Gossamer Knights than they are of you. They don't say much. Worry deepens into paranoia throughout the household. You can only hope that the spy master finds something soon. Oh boy! Oh! There was one last thing. Pondering my orb. The spy returns at last. And they have a lot of work to do. Creeping into the council hall. Hi. Good day to you, your majesty. I have learned much. A warlock called Atravion da Operi is drawing power from a hulking artifact buried deep into the very soil of the coast. It's the cult. Yeah. The cult of the arm. The cult of the limb! It's the cult of the limb! Atravion is preaching that the time of the church is at an end. And that this limb of the 8th god will bring freedom and prosperity. Cult of the Limb. How should the council deal with the cult leader, Etravian Daoperi? Vote A to send a spy to assassinate Etravian, or vote B to send a spy to reach out without assassinating. Killing. Vote C to have the spy lead your soldiers into the cult's den. Well, they seem nice. They haven't done anything. I think they're okay. Vote B. We're kind of fucking it in terms of chances of winning. The one time I managed to get allied with a faction, everything turns to shit. That was supposed to be a longer run. Not over yet, but... Your spy bows and leaves without another word. Weeks pass in nervous discontent. There are reports of underground explosions rocking coastal cities. When at last... Your Majesty, have a letter from our agent in the coast. The warlock Daoperi has agreed to a meeting. The nobles mutter nervously among themselves, but the matter is settled. You shall go to the coast. End of season. Does something... well, we got the patrician goal. Luck is with us. Luck is with us, my friend. The palace watch are in our pocket. They took our money gladly. The kingdom can barely afford to pay them a living wage. Music to my ears. Soon the throne will be ours. Indeed it will. But now we must plan our next steps. Voting is open. The patricians only. Liz, Cap Queen and Eris. What should the patricians do now to control the palace watch? Lower authority or raise your own military? Okay. Over the next few months, we'll have our troops infiltrate the capital, disguised as beggars. At my signal, they'll gather and storm the palace in the dead of night. The bribed watch will open the gates. Our soldiers will murder the king in his bed and have our claimant on the throne before sunrise. Ruthless. I like it. But what about the chiefs and counts? They'll call us usurpers and rise up in revolt. Not necessarily, my friend. If King Nicholas's rule is weak enough, we can persuade them to accept anything. For the final stage of the patrician scheme, they must lower the kingdom's authority to 1 or less. It never ends. In the north, unbeknownst to the rest of the kingdom, a great battle has just taken place. Naturally, the chiefs are celebrating their recent victory against the ice giants in the frozen wastes by smashing steins together and singing battle songs all throughout the night. You see that giant's face when I cut him down? Poor blighter never felt a heated axe before. Heated axe. So much loot! Never mind the horn, look at all this gold! Hey! You got gold again. The party lasts long into the night. A few chiefs take turn drinking mead out of old Hell's horn. As dawn breaks, they stumble into the main hall where Chief Nut has beckoned them. Quiet down, you louts, it's time to get serious. This horn has the power to collapse buildings, cause earthquakes, even destroy mountains. We must vote on how it will be used. Flowers and white ink. Choose your next goal. Lower others farming. It's at 3, 3 and 2. Or lower authority. Well. This one is kinda... this one will be kinda easy. No, you're going for A instead. Okay. I thought you would want to lower authority because you would have the same goal as the patricians, but okay. Okay. With this horn, we'll collapse mountains and castles and swallow up farmlands. No one can stop us. Before we can make demands, we need their attention. We'll see that their food supplies are precarious enough to make them desperate. And then we'll make our move. But then we tie. If we can raise authority and lower farming, then we win. Well, that's a tall task, but sure, okay. I will give them a demonstration of its power, and then an ultimatum: ground nut or starve. I do not want to play as nut in the next session, okay? I don't want to play nut. For the final stage of their scheme, the chiefs must lower the other regions' farming to a combined total of 3 or less. But right now it's at 8. That's a lot. The last goal is always harder. Plus 600 treasury if the nobles vote for the selected option. Oh my god. Treasury. Defiance is too high, and one or more region is considered rebellion. Considering rebellion, rebelling will stop the region from advancing their scheme, and they can be taxed or take part in normal votes. Everyone is ready to rebel. Okay. My screen! What the fuck? Bankrupt! Ah, there it is. The last event. And here it is! That's what I said. Shields up a single gleaming coin. Plus 1 treasury. The treasury in its entirety. There's nothing left, Your Majesty. You're broke. Your treasury is now 1. Oh, the cheese farming doesn't count. Right. That's better. That's not good. Have you looked under the throne cushions? This is no laughing matter, Your Majesty. Oh! You can't say shit anymore. You're now richer than me. Let's go! Outside the palace, something rumbles like thunder. Now what? The soldiers in your armies and even the city watch, none of them have been paid in months. They're marching on the capital. You better grab your things, Your Majesty. This is a speed run. We managed to fuck it in exactly 2 hours. Run away like a coward. You run out to the stable, saddle a horse and gallop through the streets as fast as you can with nothing but the cloths on your back and a single gold coin. Behind you, the soldiers overwhelm the few remaining royal staff and loot the palace. You urge your horse onward, leaping over fountains and crashing through market stalls. This is a temporary setback. You'll see the rest of your reign in exile, slowly gathering support to reclaim your throne. It'll be hard work, yes, but you're sure you can do it. You're King Nicholas! You can do anything! You're not looking where you're going. You head first into a low-hanging sign, knocking you off your horse and dashing your brains out all over the cobblestones. Having left no heir, it's up to the nobles to vote for your successor from among the claimants. Oh, that's a new one. We wanted to kill you. Come on, get shit. You only hope they will keep the kingdom more stable than you did. Oh, we have a vote. You have 30 seconds to vote for who will rule The kingdom. A patrician or a count? We need the chiefs to vote too. Otherwise this won't be interesting. I should go by like A way more. Should go B. Ah, you should go B. I'm kind of disappointed that the run was that short. Because for the first time I got a faction to actually play with me. You threw. I didn't throw anything. I wanted to see new outcomes. Entertainment, content. It was really short. It was really short. It was like 2 hours. Usually the runs last at least 4 hours. You threw a ball for a puppy to fetch. True. For the quick money scheme. I was waiting for it. Repeat another day. Well, if I wanted to stay true to my word, the next session would be on June 17th. But I kinda want to play again. We're going for the patricians then. Well, at least it's not fucking nut. Aspen. Well, there it is. This one was so satisfying. It was kind of unsatisfying, but it is my fault. I wanted to see what happened with the easy, no drawback, no backfire, 10,000 gold right now option. How was not an option? Good question. I think they were busy with the horn. They didn't have time to. Good. I don't know. I don't know why. Was the Chiefs' goal not high enough? Or the rebellion, the defiance stat wasn't high enough? It has a stupid name, that's true. That's a good reason. The morality of the Israel Song Contest. The new Eurovision mascot, because it's not AI. I didn't see the mascot. Out of money and facing an uprising by his own soldiers, King Nicholas fled the capital only to bash his brains out on a low-hanging sign. Man down! Smiling star picture. The chiefs abandoned their hopes for Old Hell's Horn, which passed into legend once more. Oh, that's a disgusting mascot. That's horrifying. Kill that. Killed Eurovision. Not it's like cunt. But wasn't it? No. The Chiefs abandoned passed into legend once more. A treasure fit only for seducing adventurers into the frozen wastes where ice giant or hypothermia awaits them. Unable to keep their puppy, on the throne, the counts were forced to retreat to their secluded castles and brood. It wouldn't be long before a new eastern claimant would arise, and when they did, the counts would be ready. The patricians leapt into the power vacuum left by King Nicholas's death, and Aspen took the crown with the council's blessing. King Nicholas the Famine Bringer. Game length 2 years. Wealthiest noble, white ink. Poorest noble, ocean storms. 2. Yeah, that was a bad one. It's because it was a man. I couldn't make a man win. It's not possible. The puppies won. Let's go. Let's go. Well, at least next time I know what I will roleplay as. Money. I'm gonna get all the money. Because obviously the new monarch is gonna campaign on the economic stability of the kingdom, since we got 0 treasury at the end of the reign. So the new queen will be like, well, at least with me we'll keep the kingdom afloat. You could have continued if we voted for the minus 8,000 treasury. Yeah, but we never had the 0 treasury ending, so in a way I'm satisfied that we got a new thing. And that's also why I didn't participate in a contest during Winter Feast. I'm always trying to have new stuff happen. Even if I know it's gonna be bad, if it's gonna have a bad outcome, it can completely throw into my reign. It's always cool to see new stuff happening in the game, which is gonna be more and more rare the more we play the game. Optimization. Okay. So, for our next session, maybe I'll try to have another session before June, since this one was very short, and we managed to kill. We managed to kill the guy before midnight, which is impressive. First the goals, then the monarch, then me. Ah.